I understand, young Zagreus, that you would seek to leave that bitter darkness for this bitter cold. Quite honestly, I fail to see why. But I'll aid your plight, why not? For I can offer plenty of assistance, and you soon shall grow fond of it, I think. I once had plenitudes of blessings I would offer readily, young Zagreus, but I am feeling not as generous of late. Did you detect perhaps a certain spirit-shaking chill within the air, young Zagreus? Plenty of blessings left to go around, although only for you, young Zagreus. Your enemies shall have no shelter from the cold whilst I am at your side, young Zagreus. There's something to the barrenness where you reside. Perhaps someday it shall be more like that up here. Your realm there is much like the windswept surface here, mostly devoid of life, such as it's been of late. Olympus must seem like a distant paradise to you, young Zagreus. It is a frozen waste to me. But still, it's home. Your foes shall more than catch cold by the time we're through. Don't you agree, young Sprout? All those who stand opposed to you, why, we shall shatter more than their resolve, I think, young Zagreus. One of these seasons, I suppose I ought to double-check the mortals haven't gone extinct without my intervention at each step. None can endure an everlasting winter's chill, young Zagreus. Not even your father's lifeless servants there beneath the earth. The seasons have a certain beauty to them, I suppose. Though struggle onward, and you needn't take my word for it. I've known your father and his brothers here for many seasons now. They bicker endlessly with me and one another. I have to tell you something, little Sprout. I take cold comfort knowing that my foster brother Hades is no better at his parenting than I. I'd gladly scour all your father's realm if doing so would free you from his clutches, Zagreus. I'll have you know something, young Zagreus. The bitter cold and frost is just as inescapable as death itself. The seasons turn relentlessly, without regard, and thusly should you doggedly push forward on your path. I don't often divulge such blessings as I am about to, Zagreus. Don't thank me for it, but make certain that you use my power well. I have affection for you, little Sprout. No need for reciprocity. But now I'll offer you the fiercest of my capabilities. I hope that you're aware how seldomly I give my blessing as of late, young Zagreus. There's no escaping from the bitter cold, you know. Your adversaries soon shall know something of loss, I think. Let us see to it your foes are left with nothing. There shall be only souls for harvesting this day, I think, young Zagreus. My warm regards and all my blessings to you, little Sprout. The bitterness of cold and death go hand in hand, I do suppose. When all is taken away, the cold yet remains, young Zagreus. I am not feeling quite so generous of late, young Zagreus. But nevertheless, choose. Your lifeless foes must foolishly believe they've nothing left to lose. Go with my blessings, Zagreus, though you may take but one. Decay is the inevitable state of things. We are merely helping it along. Well, my little Sprout, we shall have to get you through this winter's cold. The cold of Mount Olympus shall bring utter ruin on your enemies. Death and cold, they are irrevocably bound together, Zagreus. The climate in those depths needs cooling, then, I take it, Zagreus. You bring with you the season of decay, young Zagreus. Your foes shall all wither before you like unwatered crops. The frost eventually shall cover everything, young Zagreus. You'll find that life gives way quite easily to cold, young Sprout. Look carefully upon my blessings, Zagreus, and take no more than one. I trust that harvesting dead souls is not unlike the harvest we have on the surface, Zagreus. You're like a little flame there in your father's realm, easy enough to spot. It seems to me your foes are ripe for harvesting, young Zagreus. Any who stand against you soon shall wither from the cold, young Sprout. A crisp and pleasant winter's evening to you, Zagreus. Now here. I seldom feel too generous of late, and yet for you, young Zagreus, why not? I once offered the mortals generosities as this in much more copious supply. It soon shall be exceptionally cold down in the underworld, I think. I'd never give out blessings such as this to merely anyone, I hope you know. I've quite the harvest here from which to choose, my little sprout. Soon the season there shall turn exceptionally cold, young Zagreus. My finest winter blessings to you, little sprout. It is particularly cold outside today, and soon it shall be so in there for you. Be thankful that the rivers to your realm have not yet frozen over, Zagreus. I trust your ferry boatman Charon has no qualms about the freezing temperatures up here? My message comes to you by riverboat this time, young Zagreus. At least that Charon is amenable to our attempts to contact you. I must admit I have grown fond of you, young sprout. Nevertheless, I shall not spoil you like some ill-mannered child. My, but you're as determined as my foster brothers were when my sisters and I stood with them against the Titans way back when. Athena has imparted you her wisdom, Zagreus. A simulacrum of the real thing, at any rate. True wisdom only comes with age, I think. I see the noble king of the Olympians has reached you prior to me, Zagreus. I wonder which of all his many lies he's told you last. You bear the blessing of Poseidon, Zagreus. Someday I shall remind him of his place and freeze his watery domain entirely. All of the love and beauty in the world can wither in a season, Zagreus. Remember that when next the goddess Aphrodite makes her promises. Lord Ares already got hold of you, has he? He's good at making mortals kill each other, yes, but he has utterly no knack for subtlety. The gentle Artemis already found you, Zagreus. She takes my orders well. One cannot blame her, for she'd have nothing to hunt if not for me. You stumbled into Dionysus, Zagreus. One of these days I shall prevent his vineyards all from ripening. Put to the test his carefree attitude. The mark of chaos is upon you, isn't it? A force older than I. Yet one which you ought not trust so readily. No rhyme or reason to that one at all. Is that the blood-like stain of pomegranate on you, Zagreus? A hardy fruit resistant to a winter's chill. How fascinating they survive down there. Our family, why, I think we understand something of loss now, don't we, Zagreus? Unlike the mortals on the surface. Always begging me for plenty. They'll get none. But as for you, I have a plethora to offer. You live within the bosom of the earth and know its warmth. But there is no such warmth up here, young Zagreus. You truly wish to feel the bitter cold of the outside. Then here. Someday you'll gain the surface, Zagreus, and you shall see firsthand what mortal kind has wrought. You'll find it has some commonality with your domain. You are entirely too young to have had meaningful experience with loss, young Zagreus. Pray to me that you never have to learn. Your father Hades and I share a common fate, each having lost a child fully grown. Except that he's a hollow fool whose child left, whereas my daughter never would have. Ever. My sisters Hestia and Hera surely would assist as well, young sprout. Except they and our foster brothers haven't been getting along of late. Though as for me, I'll never leave this mountaintop of mine. We are all willful children, are we not? I'm daughter to Hyperion, you know. A titan so obscure and hated that Lord Zeus, he started calling me his birth sister. So much did he dislike this bit of truth. And to get a rise out of me, too. As seasons give to one another, so do generations, I suppose. Hyperion, my father, he'd not a one redeeming quality. My sisters and my foster brothers and myself. This world owes us a debt for ridding it of him and his kind. My foster brother's wayward son appears. I too once lost a child, Zagreus. I was quite foolish with her from the start. Her father was a base-born farm boy, worshipped me. He's gone as well, of course. Only the cold remains. Motherhood's a curse, young Zagreus. Be thankful you're immune. You sprang from Nyx herself, or so I hear. I sprang from Thea, whoever she was. And I once bore a child, too. Long gone. Her mother's work. Isn't it such a waste? The heat has risen quite considerably there, is that not so? Then if my foster brothers tampered with the temperature, I'll have to cool things off. The heat of your surroundings must be difficult to bear, my little sprout. It's fortunate I've just the thing for that. I ought to warn you that my foster brother Zeus, he has just a disgusting sense of humor, little sprout. He'd have you think he sired half the countryside. I have to shudder at the very thought. Someday, my little sprout, you'll gain the surface of your father's realm and see my handiwork. Until such time, I'll come to your aid as I can. It's quite the entertaining pastime, honestly. I don't suppose... No, it is nothing, little sprout. It's just... I hear such wicked rumors now and then about my daughter, lost to me, and what became of her. Kore, we called her then. Persephone is what she called herself. Before she vanished utterly, leaving no trace. My daughter to a base-born farm boy, why, little sprout, I wasn't very kind to her, I think. Certainly not once her father passed. It was her mortal blood that made her weak. Born to mortals, taken by mortals, I suspect. So now they pay. My blessings seldom given, and ought not be so readily refused, young Zagreus. I am accustomed to such disrespect from all those blasted mortals, Zagreus. But you... If you are so disinterested in my generosity, young Zagreus, then you shall have my wrath. I don't recall if I yet warned against this type of attitude, although it doesn't matter either way. Do you believe I give my blessings liberally, Zagreus? Well, then I've news for you. Offend me, and I'll drain the last traces of color from those cheeks of yours. That was an ill-advised decision, Zagreus. I'm past quickly forgiving such mistakes. You truly think you can withstand the ravages of winter, Zagreus? That I would like to see. A harsh winter is coming for you, Zagreus. And I'm afraid you've brought it on yourself. For that decision, Zagreus, it is about to be a very cold day down there in your underworld. A careless choice you've made there, Zagreus. As you grow long in years, perhaps you shall learn better judgment as to whom to trust, and whom to never, ever disrespect. Perhaps you'll exercise more wisdom in such interactions moving forward, It ultimately isn't my intent to leave you in the cold like this, young Zagreus. The freezing cold ought to have drained the life from you, but I've allowed it to relent, for now. Next time, young Zagreus, perhaps I'll take every last bit of warmth you've left down there. I am the eldest of Olympus, Zagreus, and I expect for you to treat me suitably. The harsh of winter's gone for now, young Zagreus, and so take heart. But also, you take heed. So you survived a little winter's chill, didn't you there? Be careful, though. Next season could be worse. Remember next time, Zagreus, that on my whim I can take everything from you. I am quite capable of making your life plenty difficult, you do now realize, young Zagreus. Perhaps a few more winter seasons such as that might teach you more of how this world works. Enough. I do not hold to grudges, Zagreus. You've my good graces, and my temper's cooled, for now. An offering well-suited for the season there, young Zagreus. In turn, as you are honorable and obedient, you'll have from me what the mortals have not. I must acknowledge and accept your thoughtful gift of nectar, Zagreus. Would that the mortals showed deference thus. A conscientious gift, my little sprout, and I am grateful for your generosity. A bit of nectar cut straight through the cold, I say. I was quite certain that the youth today was lacking any sort of tactfulness, young Zagreus. For once, I'm thankful to be proven wrong. The everlasting winter means that nectar's been in rather short supply. That you would think of me for such an offering is duly noted, then. You would make further offerings to me, even though I have made quite clear I've lately not been at my charitable best, young Zagreus. You're either naive, or you're much too kind, or both. I warn you, Zagreus, best not to make attempts to grow much closer with me thus. I'm much your elder, after all, and you're my little sprout. What say we keep it that way, hmm? Why, you've the look of one who has endured a terribly long winter, Zagreus. I trust you'll cling to life a little longer now. I sense your grip on life is coming loose, young Zagreus. Now turn that cold you feel against your enemies. You seem to be in dire need of some assistance, Zagreus. I think perhaps I have a bit to spare. You're in the winter of your current stretch of life, aren't you, Zagreus? Do try and live a little longer for me, hmm? You waste away just like a common mortal, Zagreus. How rather unbecoming of a god. The flame of life is easily extinguished by the cold, young Zagreus. Surely you feel the warmth within you giving way. Cold comfort for your terrible predicament, young Zagreus, but I am here. I have no tolerance for disrespect. I warned you not to side against me, little sprout. Respect your elders next time, Zagreus. I scarcely can see. Are those the twin fists that you bear, young sprout? I once made ample use of them myself, if you'll imagine it. Wielding the cold since has been adequate for me, but you... May you put them to work as I once did. Why, isn't that their Sister Hestia's oddly constructed armament you bear? She always was so predisposed to flame. I thought she'd never give it up. If it's to be in any hands, then may as well be yours. That Sister Hera's Heartseeker you have. The very weapon which she used to put our predecessors down. It hasn't lost its potency, I see. Fear not. I shall not mention this to her, if I see her. I dare say, my Lord Dionysus, that partaking of less wine for some amount of time might do you good. Regardless, you'll not coax a better crop from me. The crop shall wither and decay so long as I may please, young Zagreus. Although we do have those upon Olympus who take issue with my reasoning. I think that you forget yourself, Lord Ares, sir. For I am much your elder. My famines had already slain the mortals by the tens of thousands by the time such thoughts of doing so first crossed your mind. Young Zagreus, once you arrive, do tell Lord Ares here that his great power's not worth anything without my own. Wars have their causes, among which many I control. If you're quite finished blathering, Poseidon, our young Zagreus has more important things to do. He needs your blessings, not your point of view. Don't you, young sprout? Ah, little sprout. I was just notifying Lord Poseidon here that all of his domain exists because it pleases me. Remember, my good foster brother, I could freeze your oceans solid if I chose. Oh, you needn't lavish me with your faint praise, Athena dear. In all your boundless intellect, I'd have expected you would know I see through your intentions plain as day. To think, young sprout, our strategist Athena, warrior goddess, sprang from Zeus's head. I would expect that no high intellect could come from there. The mortals are resourceful, Artemis. Their one redeeming quality, perhaps. They'll find a way through our long winter here. They ought to, since they brought it on themselves. Why, Zagreus, my gentle Artemis here was just saying how concerned she was for your predicament. I'm sure she'd like it if we both could help you in this case. Why, foster brother Zeus? Such an unlikely bit of candor there from you. Almost as though you felt compelled to speak the truth only whilst I'm directly within earshot. Well now, young sprout, you've met the so-called King of the Olympians, and I. Whom do you now suppose is genuinely ruler of this snow-encrusted mountaintop of ours? Oh, Aphrodite, dear, you wouldn't know a thing of substance if it offered you a cloak. Your chosen countenance makes plain the full extent of your intentions, and your interests alike. Remember something for us, Zagreus. A frozen heart holds no sway over anyone at all. Isn't that right, O Aphrodite, dear? I shall bring desolation upon those who wrong you, little sprout. The frostbitten horn which you bear once overflowed. It holds a certain power still, of course. But never again shall mortal kind take it for granted. Your father always had a sternness to him that his brothers lacked. Thought him a decent sort, comparatively anyway. Though evidently he is no such thing. Should you achieve your goal and see the surface world, Zagreus, I've but one bit of knowledge to impart. Don't ever fall for mortals. Use them if you must, but do not waste your love on those who waste away. That chill sensation I detect must indicate that you are near the surface, Zagreus. If you can overcome the final challenges ahead, you soon shall see the long winter yourself. After my daughter Kore disappeared, I left this mountaintop, wandered the earth in search. For naught, of course. It was a necessary journey, I suppose. May yours fare better. There's so much nonsense that the mortals say to one another of our family, Zagreus. How viciously the rumors spread, whether from that oaf Zeus, or likely from the mortal drunkard poets with no better use of their limited time. I have a brother, Helios, the sun, a nonsense talker with a flaming chariot. Why, he once told me that my Kore, that she went into that underworld of yours. Preposterous. The clouds now blot him out entirely. This land is not unlike your own in certain ways, for Helios the sun has not shone down upon it for some time. How long, I really couldn't tell you, little sprout. Long enough for mortals to take notice, certainly. My greetings to you, little sprout. I greet you, Zagreus. Hello, young Zagreus. A winter's greeting to you, Zagreus. Ah, yes, indeed. I'm grateful, Zagreus. You have my gratitude. How thoughtful, Zagreus. Why, thank you, little sprout. Oh, truly. Well done, my little sprout. I am so very moved. I have a daughter once again, and have a grandson, too. I thought I felt something when first I met you, but I brushed it off. Just like a fleck of snow. My little grandson, little sprout. I've thought, if my Persephone's alive, why then, this winter, hasn't it endured for long enough? It's grown to have a certain stubbornness, but I am the goddess of the seasons, Zagreus. Perhaps it's time I changed them once again. Grandson, my daughter, Queen Persephone, she sent me the most precious message, courtesy of Hermes as of late. I'm pleased to hear that you are getting on all right, though I know you're at work. So here. Why, grandson, how you honor me with this. I am so very grateful that we've met and that you're you, if that makes any sense at all. I have my sisters, but I'd no one else for very long indeed. You tell my Kore, Persephone, that is, the queen. You tell her that her mother sends her warm regards. You tell her that. And you take care of her. Well, grandson, it's growing rather cold, don't you agree? I'm here to ease some of your burdens, my young sprout. That's what we grandmothers are for. I trust you're keeping yourself warm enough in all of this, grandson? When all this is over, please do come and visit us sometime, grandson. I'd tell you not to work too hard, grandson, although your family is in need of more hard-working sorts. Foul weather's in the forecast for your foes, grandson. Don't let my foster brother bully you about, you hear, grandson? Let's cool down that hot head of yours a bit, why don't we, grandson? My best regards to Queen Persephone and your Lord Father, little sprout. You keep it up. I trust your mother, Queen Persephone, is faring well if she has as fine a son as you, young Zagreus. What's all of this, young Zagreus? A message of some sort for me indeed. I can't decipher it, although it bears the marks of my two foster brothers here. And, well, it seems we'd better compare notes. Young Sprout, I cannot fully understand my daughter's choices, such as what she saw in your gloom-filled father to have eloped with him. But if you are the result, then she is clearly wiser than I estimated. I made mistakes raising your mother, Sprout, when she was my Kore. I was blind to the possibility that she could have left me, but I see it now. If you become a parent yourself someday, may you listen more than I. Your mother sends you all her love from Mount Olympus, grandson. All the best from Queen Persephone, young Sprout. She misses you, you know. Persephone is doing well here on Olympus, Zagreus. You ought to visit too sometime. I've lifted the cold from the earth, much as I said I would, grandson. But near your father's realm, I have decided it shall stay the way it is, bereft of warmth, as a reminder to us all about all this. Why, little Sprout, young Zagreus, my grandson. I can scarce believe it still. To think that Kore, or Persephone, my daughter, she had been with foster brother Hades all this time. A match I wouldn't have expected or approved. That's why she left. How blasted hearts do what they want. By the way, we had entirely a lovely time within your father's house, grandson. And to see Kore once again, it warmed my heart. I'm beyond grateful that your mother's safe, and that you've an important job to do. Here, I shall help. I meant to tell you something, grandson. You needn't have deceived the rest of us. You could have sent word that my daughter was with you down there all along. Ah, but families are a complicated thing. Just swear that you'll be candid with us next time. You must visit us sometime up here, grandson. I understand the surface hasn't been agreeable with you. Though perhaps if not in this age, then the next we shall have you over. It's brisk up here, but nice enough, I think. Reap what you sow! Wither and die! Ripe for harvest!